Relations to speak on the urgent need for congressional oversight, transparency on all talks with China, Akbayan Representative Honorable Chel Jokno.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ngayong araw ng kagitingan, ginugunita natin ang tapang at sakripisyo ng ating mga bayani. Ngunit, pinapaalalahanan natin na ang kagitingan ay dapat isabuhay araw-araw sa ating lakas ng loob na protektahan ang ating teritoryo at ating mga likas na yaman. There are reports of ongoing talks between Malacanang and China regarding energy cooperation and the exploration of our resources in the West Philippine Sea. While we recognize the need for energy security, short-term gains must never come at the cost of our sovereignty. Our Constitution is crystal clear. Article 12, Section 2 provides, and I quote, "The exploration, development, and utilization of natural resources shall be under the full control and supervision of the state." While Article 12, Section 2 allows joint ventures with foreign-owned corporations, it stipulates, and I quote, "The President shall notify the Congress of every contract entered into in accordance with this provision within 30 days from its execution." We therefore remind Malacanang, transparency should be a governing principle in our foreign and energy policies. Any discussion involving our natural resources is a public matter. The Filipino people have the right to know the terms, conditions, and even concessions being negotiated. Ang ating mga likas na yaman ay pag-aari ng sambayanang Pilipino. Hindi pwedeng idaan sa secret o backroom deals ang kinabukasan ng ating bansa. An agreement forged without transparency raises serious red flags. As a member, we will ask the House Special Committee on the West Philippine Sea, together with other relevant committees, to exercise oversight and look into these oil talks to ensure transparency, accountability, and adherence to the Constitution. We must ensure that our officials are acting within the bounds of the law and the national interest. Atin ang West Philippine Sea, atin ang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Akbayan Party List Kong Chel Jokno. At sa punto naman pong ito, mahalagang tanungin po natin, ano ang mensaheng ipinapadala natin bilang bansa kung papasok tayo sa ganitong kasunduan sa kabila na patuloy na panghaharas at pambubuli ng China sa ating mga mangingisda at frontliners? Tila ba ginagantipalaan pa natin ang ginagawa ng China? Kaya naman po, to speak on the implications of rewarding bad behavior in this joint oil exploration, tawagin po natin si Akbayan Party List Representative Percy Sendanya.
Isang magandang umaga po sa ating lahat at mapagpalayang araw ng kagitingan. Mainam po sa araw na ito, ipaalala natin sa bawat isa na ang ating pong mga bayani ay lumaban sa masamang gawi at asal ng mga mananakop sa ating bansa. And let that frame our discussion this morning. Naninindigan po tayo that the joint exploration is actually rewarding bad behavior. This deal risk rewarding bad behavior in the West Philippine Sea. Para na nating pinalalampas ang ginagawa ng China na pambabraso, pang-trespass at paggamit ng dahas laban sa ating mga kababayan. China has used harassment, maritime pressure, and legal defiance in the West Philippine Sea. Entering a joint energy deal under these conditions effectively says, if you push hard enough, you get a seat at the table, and you get to bring home the table with you. Kapag mapilit ka at kapag bully ka, may K ka. This is not diplomacy. This is incentivizing coercion. Hindi na nga ginagantimpalaan yung mga gumagawa ng tama, tapos pinamimihasa pa yung mga gumagawa ng mali at ng darahas sa ating mga kababayan. Hindi pwedeng hayaan ng China na mamihasa sa kanyang masamang asal at gawi. Ito ay ginagawa niya ay hindi simpleng diplomacy, kundi pambabraso at pang-aabuso na. Instead of demanding compliance with international law, we are adjusting to China's violations. tayo pa talaga ang nag-a-adjust. Kung sino pa ang bully, siya pa ang nagkakaroon ng leverage. Tapos magko-compromise na lang at yung mga binubuli at yung mga sumusunod sa batas at international law. We also have to remind Malacanang that this also has serious regional consequences, especially now that the Philippines is sharing ASEAN. This sets a dangerous precedent. Assert aggressively, first even violently, and then negotiate later. It encourages more powerful countries to escalate disputes to extract concessions. Over time, it erodes the rules-based order in the region. Again, this is doubly meaningful because we are chairing the ASEAN. The Philippines should not legitimize actions that undermine its own rights. Real cooperation must be based on respect for law, not submission to pressure. We should pursue energy security in the ways that do not in any way validate coercion. Huwag tayong umasa na may mabuting kahihinatnan ang pag-reward natin sa masamang asal ng China. What we tolerate today, we invite tomorrow. Ang kinukonsinti natin ngayon ay pag-imbita sa agresyon habang panahon.
Maraming salamat kung Mother Percy Sendanya. Dinidiin natin na hindi dapat kinukonsinti at hinahayaan na mamihasa ang China. Again, we should never reward bad behavior. Pero hindi lamang ito usapin ng legal at politikal, ito rin po ay usapin ng pambansang seguridad. Kaya naman po, upang talakayin ang national security implications ng joint oil exploration sa West Philippine Sea, tawagin po natin retired Rear Admiral ng Philippine Navy, retired Rear Admiral Romel Judong.
Magandang umaga po. Maraming salamat, Matt. Titingnan po natin itong diskurso dito sa joint development sa lente ng foreign interference malign influence of FIMI. Yung FIMI kasi, yung current narratibo natin is nakafocus tayo sa disinformation o yung information manipulation. Pero tatlong aspeto po yan eh. Number one lang po yung information manipulation. Pangalawa po dyan is political, and pangatlo po is economic. Titingnan po natin itong joint development sa lente ng economic interference, or kumbaga, ang tinitingnan natin dito is we're trying to prevent economic dependency. Okay. Now, sa aral po ng security sector, bilateral, between yung Pilipinas at yung Amerika, at to some extent sa Japan, nakita na po yung vulnerabilities natin sa energy sector natin. Eh. Number one, hindi pa po natin na-resolve yung sa national grid. Granted that it complies with the Constitution, the 60-40, yung distribution of the shares. But the operational aspect nun, hindi pa tayo klaro doon.